catch it up in chat a little bit. Hello, Reward Master. How am I doing on awards? We're at 192. All right. I really want the SR research group to give to Happy so that she can become the ultimate monster slayer. And then, honestly, other than the SR research group, like, Seraph Robe is neat, but I don't care that much. Energy Drop is strength up, actually. That'll be amazing. Energy Drop is really good. Master Seal is met at this point because we've got so many people master classed already, and we can buy them every chapter. Extra Large Bullion is fine. Spirit Dust, really good. Owl Feathers, who cares? Secret Book, great. Large Bullion, fine. Agarthium, could be fine, I'm not sure. Speedwing, great. And then if we even get up to these, like, all of these would obviously be amazing. And I don't think we'll be getting much further than 350 in this playthrough, if even that. Retinue of the Goddess. My word. Alright.
Any result's a good result.
Let me look at this real quick before I finish talking to everyone. What have we got going on? Any paralogs? You have unlocked the Paralog battle, A Reason to Fight. One Paralog, Geralt, Leone, and Byleth. Thank goodness I recruited Leone. I would have hated to have missed out on a Paralog with Geralt and Byleth. Alright, so that's very neat. I look forward to that. We're very straightforward in which way we're going at the start of the chapter here. Got to get S rank on that. And that gives a sword, which is interesting. Complete all side missions. And then 2,000 enemies defeated in the chapter. Okay, this all seems very doable. And then we have 5 turns to get to this. We'll get that easily. An ominous cave. Good stuff, good stuff.
Make sure you're ready.
I haven't watched much of this game at all. Was there any character customization at the start, or do you just get to choose the player character's name? Just the player character's name. It's just like 3 houses in that respect. Byleth is a character that exists, but you can change Byleth's name. This character is normally called Shez, but I think the name Shez is kind of stupid. The name Byleth sounds pretty neat. The name Shez just, I don't know, it just sounds dumb to me, so I named the character Rogue instead. Also, yeah, you get to choose if you're male or female, just like in 3 houses. I'm a dude, so I picked the male one. We almost have a complete grasp of their formations within Fort Merceus. However, that information alone does not guarantee our victory. The fort's defenses are substantial. The former Duke Ire is quite capable, though those who slither in the dark are likely assisting him. Yeah, he might be more powerful than we imagine. We'll have to stay on our toes when we lay siege to the fort. You think so? I may have praise for the former Duke's skillful capture of the fortress, but I am no more inclined to pay heed to the fool's deployment of tactics or his martial prowess. Well, underestimating people is how you end up frigging dying, Hubert. Did you hear that in his efforts to overthrow the Emperor, Duke Ire called on countless nobles to try and negotiate? However, why was Nouvelle not among them? Does our revival not serve as an attractive lure for other regions?
Let's see.
Maybe it's been too long since you lost your title? I guess he didn't think you had enough influence to be of any use. Ha! There may be some truth in that, but I find it extremely irritating to be passed over in such a way. Well, you know, it do be that way. Alright, now we just gotta talk to Arval. Honestly, I think it's been like 30 minutes since the chapter started. I think I want to do we have like 7 battles before the main chapter in this one. I think before I do any of these support conversations, I kind of want to like spread out the support conversations between all of these fights. So we're going to go do the first battle on the war map before I do this. You know who is behind this insurrection, don't you? I wonder if you're equipped to deal with our enemy that looms on the horizon. But equipped or no, this war will take a turn for the worse before long. I promise I will do what I can to aid you when it does. I'm really interested to see what, if anything, they do with, like, Arval's backstory as we get deeper into the game. We're on, like, Chapter 12. I can't imagine... I would expect, like, what, 3 houses, like, the longest chaptered story in 3 houses, like, Golden Deer and Blue Lions are, like, 21 or something, right? I wouldn't expect this game to go much, like, 25 chapters, I think would be the absolute limit. I don't expect it to go that long. I expect there to be, like, 20 chapters, give or take, like, 3. Even then, like, I'd be surprised if we went further than, like, a 21st or 22nd chapter. So, like, we gotta be getting pretty close. Really, I expect it to be somewhere between chapter 18 to 20 would be the maximum amount of chapters in the game. And we're on chapter 13 now, right? Yeah, so as we get closer and closer to what I assume is the end, They're running out of time to hit us with any of Arval's backstory and whatnot. I'm really intrigued to see what they're gonna try and do with that. What type of games do you usually play? JRPGs predominantly, but I play a lot of different stuff. Purple hair is sick though, for real? Yeah, Rogue's design is great. Like it a lot. What happened to Sothis trying to kill Rogue? I guess she got over it. We'll see, I suppose. Will you start a new series? And if so, what game do you think it will be? Will I start playing more video games? Yeah. I think that when I finish other video games, I'll be playing more video games. I don't expect that to stop anytime soon. Not as long as I'm still enjoying it. Eliminate the remaining bandits. Remnants of the bandits who ran rampant in Harem have fled into Ire territory. Hunt them down. I'm on it. Oh, wait. This recovers a training point. I don't think I used any training points. We need to go use a couple of training points real fast.
Make sure you're ready.
I knew I was forgetting something. I'm going to be playing Stray tomorrow. I really look forward to Stray. I think that's going to be a fun game. It's probably only going to be like 2 streams long.
Time to work you into shape.
I saw people on Twitter like giving early reviews, and it's getting great reviews, but I did see people saying like, it's really great. It is short, but it's really great. And I know I saw one person's review saying like, oh, I beat the game in 5 hours. So we might even be able to finish it in 1 stream, but I hope it'll last at least 2 streams. Although if it does end in 1 stream, that makes it a lot easier for me to finish Xenoblade X before Xenoblade 3 comes out, to be fair. I'm just asking if you have an idea of which games you're going to play. Stray comes out tomorrow, and then not this Friday, but next Friday, Digimon Survive and Xenoblade 3 come out. That's all of my upcoming games for the foreseeable future. And then Soul Hackers 2 in whatchamacallit, in August. Everyone's good to go, so just train. I should look and see who Leone... Hey, Happy finally mastered Gremory, Pog. I should see who Leone has supports with. Surely Geralt, and then me. And most likely Lysithea and Marianne. They're all Golden Deer.
This better not be one of those weird powers.
Magic Attack Range Plus sounds phenomenal.
Power is now being mine.
Has Dorothea mastered Gremory yet? Does she have that? Speed Catalyst also sounds great.
It's making sense now. Glad I haven't been wasting.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Marianne, I'm trying to get to become a dancer as well in case I want 2 dancers, because why not? So Marianne needs to have... But you're set to Bishop. Yeah, because I want you to get magic up. Or do I for Dancer? Dancer uses magic and sword. Yeah, because you're going to use Levin's sword as a dancer if I even, like, use you. So become a mercenary to keep going that way. What type of game is Stray? I haven't heard of it before. I think it's like a puzzle platformer. You play as a cat exploring in a, like, futuristic city. I don't know many of the details. I only ever saw the 1 trailer, and I was like, you get to play as a cat going around in a futuristic city? That sounds amazing. And that's kind of all she wrote on that. All right, train is Bishop because you haven't mastered that yet. Very good. You need to train as Mercenary. And then you mastered Bishop. I thought that I was trying to have you become a dancer, Mercedes. Or was I doing that with Marianne? I was doing it with both of you, right? But then why weren't you training as a Myrmidon if that's the case? You have not mastered Gremory yet, but you almost have. Okay. Chad, didn't I say that I wanted Mercedes to be my dancing unit? I think I like Mercedes more than Marianne. They're both neat characters. Also, Marianne is voiced by Haru, who is like the 2nd best girl in Persona 5. Unfortunate for Haru that Hifumi exists, therefore making Hifumi the best waifu in Persona 5.
Thank you.
But I thought that Mercedes was the one that I was like, this is who I'm aiming for. Was it not?
Hey, anything that makes...
I think...
Why not have 2 dancers? I am getting 2 dancers. I am getting Marianne and Mercedes both up to dancer. I'm just saying, I thought that... Why was Mercedes not already set to the dancer class thing when she was the one that I was like, oh, Mercedes I will definitely use. Marianne is like the backup one. Cats, I can't wait. I cannot wait to play as Richie's cat. Can't wait. All right. You know what? I'm having, what's-her-face go down the mercenary line? Actually, no, I was about to say, so I should have you go down the thief trickster line, but Mortal Savant would probably be the choice to go with to get you more magic stuff. If I want you to have more magic nonsense on your, after becoming a dancer, so I should go with that instead. And then Caspar, I don't have any advanced seals. How about that? You haven't finished mastering War Master yet. I'll just set you back to War Master. Oh no, I remember why I was doing the Brigand thing is because Caspar has like no abilities whatsoever. Like at all. He needs more abilities. Let me go buy some advanced seals. I'll be right back, sir.
For training, you'll be unstoppable.
I'll be right back. I would say that Kasumi is the best girl. You're welcome to be wrong. Kasumi's fine. I'd put her in, like, middle of the pack. And I did her romance route in Royal, because, you know, she was the new one. But, I mean, like, I would take Hifumi, Haru, and On, like, all three of them, definitely over Kasumi. Then maybe Kasumi? I don't know, I'd have to go back and think about it. I remember liking Chihaya a good deal. What am I need to buy items. That's what I'm doing. I need advanced seals. I got confused for a second. I should buy some more advanced seals from, I'm out of intermediate as well. I should buy more advanced, I'll go ahead and buy one more of these just to be safe. I should buy more advanced and intermediate from Anna when we get her over here. What are your top 3 games so far? Tales of Xillia, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and Tales of Arise. Persona 5 Royal takes a very close 4th place after Tales of Arise. To be honest, I need to play Arise and Persona 5 Royal both again to see if my opinion changes.
Time to work you into shape.
Honestly, like, I've never had a harder time talking about my favorite games than I have trying to decide if I like Arise or Persona 5 more than the other. It's very difficult. They're both such great games. I need to, it's been a while since I played Arise. I need to sit on Arise for a little bit longer and then play it again when I'm really in the mood to play it again. I almost wish that its platinum hadn't been so easy to get and I hadn't gotten the platinum trophy in Arise, because if I hadn't, then I would absolutely play it again like right now just to get the platinum trophy. But I already have the platinum in it, so you know. I'd say Persona 5 Royal is better, but it's harder to replay due to how long it is. That's fair. I'm not going to fault anyone for liking Persona 5 Royal more than Tales of Arise. They're both amazing games. But at the end of the day, I just prefer real-time combat to turn-based, and I think that's one of the big things that pushes it over for me a little bit. And then also, I just really love Tales of Arise's storyline. I like Persona 5 the Royal storyline as well, but sometimes, due in part to how long the Persona games are, the Personas, I'm not just talking about Persona 5 Royal, I'm talking about 4 and 3 as well, although I feel like 3 doesn't have this issue quite as much, but 3 has its other problems. But, like, the storylines are always a little more disjointed. Like, Persona 5 is a lot of, like, it feels like a bunch of arcs in an anime that you go through, and then at the end, there's, like, the Yaldabaoth or the Maruki arc that, like, ties it all together. You know what I mean? It doesn't, not even really ties it all together, but more like it has a relation to all of the previous storylines, but like each storyline is kind of its own separated thing, and then at the end, they're like, oh, by the way, like this was related to all those things all along, like the Black Mask and like they were all a part of Shido's cabal or whatever, but that's kind of like not super relevant by the end of it, to be honest. Whereas Tales of Arise has its own, like each area in Tales of Arise is its own, like, contained sort of, like, arc, quotation marks, of, like, the villain you're going against and what the story is doing at the time. But it still all leads up to the big reveal in Lenegus and then to the end of the game with the big twist of, like, the truth of, Rena and all that. But it feels like more of, to me at least, one, like, just super, like, long storyline that you go through Whereas Persona 5's story is a little more like, it's like in bursts. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both amazing games. I just think I like Arise a little bit more with the way it's constructed, and also just in general the gameplay, because I don't dislike turn-based games, but I absolutely prefer real-time games, real-time action games, over turn-based. Alright, start training Warrior, thank you. And then Mercedes, I need to give you a new class. I got caught up talking about video games. That's crazy. Who would have thought that I would have gotten distracted talking about video games in my, oh, I already unlocked it. I just need to switch you over, my bad. In my, stream of playing a video game. Unheard of. There we go.
How this takes me back. I'm so glad you're here with me, Petra.
Yes, it is good that we were meeting. I am having gratitude for our friendship.
I will say, I do think it's harder to replay Persona games.
We are accomplishing more together.
I feel like it's probably really easy to replay Persona games if you're the kind of person who just absolutely loves Persona and just wants to play, like, if you're the kind of person who can play the same game over and over again. I'm not that kind of person. I've talked about this before. Even, like, my most favorite games, I usually can't play them more than, like, twice in a row. Because that's just how I am. Like, when I finish playing it, usually I finish playing a game, and then I'm like, awesome, that was fun. And then I move on to another game. And then, like, a couple of months, or maybe even a year or two later, I'll be like, oh, dude, you remember that game I played, like, 2 years ago that I absolutely loved? I should play that again. That was a really good game. And then I'm, like, in the mood for it because it's been so long since I played it last. Oh, wait, you were mastering Bishop. You have already mastered Gremory. Okay. Dorothea? Honestly, I think Dancer and Mortal Savant are probably the best things to go towards for magic classes after they master all their magic stuff. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna have you master Myrmidon here. Also, let's be honest, Dorothea, one of the best girls in 3 houses. I would just love to see her dance. I didn't take Dorothea long.
Look at that.
Yo, speed +2 is a pretty good thing to get, to be honest. Slap that on Dorothea if she has space for it. What is Persona like? I've never heard of it. Turn-based, kind of like... technically speaking, it's a monster collector, but, like, monster collecting is not at the forefront of that game, IMO. You get more demons, which are called personas, as you go, but they're the demons from SMT. So, like, you know, demons, personas, whatever you want to call them. You get more personas, which are, like, different unique monsters, demons, etc. But, that's never really the forefront of the game in my eyes. Maybe other people think differently.
Which battlefield are you headed?
But, turn-based social sim gameplay, kinda. Build relationships with characters, do, mini-games and stuff to build social stats. Go through really unique dungeons, in Persona 5 at least. In Persona 4 and 3, they're procedurally generated dungeons, which aren't all that exciting. But, Persona 5, go through really cool and unique dungeons, doing turn-based gameplay. It's a really fun franchise. I would recommend it. Honestly, I think you can start with any of the 3 games, Persona 3, 4, or 5. If you really want, like, the best the series has to offer, like, honestly, I think you should start with Persona 5. Some people might tell you, and I don't think they're necessarily wrong, some people might be like, you should start with 3, because if you start with 5, with all of those, like, quality of life improvements they've, like, done over the years from so long, then you might not enjoy going back to 3 and 4, which are lacking in those quality of life things. However, I still think probably your best bet is to start with Persona 5, because I think it's the best one. And if you play 3 or 4 and you're like, oh, I don't really like this, you might just not like it because it's a little dated. You should play 5, because I think it's a really good entry point. You can play any of them without having played the others. They'll have references between them, but they don't build off of each other. So you can start wherever you want. And then after doing that, you'll learn, like, oh, dude, I really love Persona 5. I should try playing 4 and 3 because I really enjoyed 5. So that would be my recommendation. Other people might say otherwise, and, you know, it's your choice to make. Petite, welcome to stream. Best is Persona 2.2. What, is that like the second Persona 2 game? I don't really have anything to say about Persona 1 and 2. I've never played them. I know that they have a diehard fan base, although it's the minority in the Persona franchise. I personally don't think I would be very interested in them. Other people are welcome to try. But again, I would definitely recommend playing 3, 4, or 5. And then if you like them, try to play 1 and 2. I think it would be a bad idea to play Persona 1 or 2 first, because I don't think that's going to give you a good idea on if you like the franchise or not. Of course, take what I say with a grain of salt, because I've never played 1 and 2. But I've heard about 1 and 2, and I've seen some stuff about 1 and 2, and I've had other people tell me about 1 and 2 trying to explain it to me, and I've been like, yeah, that doesn't really sound like a great time, to be honest. So, you know. That's my take. Mercenary's Wisdom. Increases damage dealt by Mercenary, Swordmaster, and Mortal Savant proportional to speed. That's amazing! That's so good. I love it.